5000.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa here, letting you know that I can't wait to see you all at my grotto at Bayshore Mall. I will be there with my friends from Kirk Freeport from Thursday the 19th December right up until Christmas Eve. Check kirkfreeport.com to see my daily schedule. I will be in my grotto in the afternoon each day, but earlier on Christmas Eve, Santa will have a special gift and sweet treats for every boy and girl, and Christmas music filling the air. Merry Christmas! See you soon at Bayshore Mall. Love, Santa and everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Are you tired of hustling through traffic trying to tick off your holiday shopping list? Pull into Reflections Hemp and Tobacco across from Liquor for Less on the waterfront for pure shopping pleasure. Open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Whether you're shopping for someone naughty or nice, over the age of 18, you'll find amazing deals during the annual year-end holiday and clearance sale. Check out the newly expanded store and enjoy the sights and savings. You can also get Reflections gift certificates, redeemable at Liquor for Less, Eastern Avenue Rubus, Jose's Rubus, Food for Less, Reflections Clothing Store, and Hemp and Tobacco. This could be the most fun you've ever had before the end of 2024. Must be over 18 to shop at Hemp and Tobacco.
See yourself in Reflections.
Reflections, always driving down prices.
Yes, Reflections.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
For the Record. 1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees. So fair. Today is Wednesday, the 18th day of December 2024, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or operating any type of motorized vehicle. Please ensure that you observe the rules of the road. Remember, the life you save may just be your own. And folks, we talk about how we have progressed here in the Cayman Islands, and whether or not this is progress or not, talking about traffic on our roads and being safe, and the life you save may just be your own. In 1965, which would have been 59 years ago, Cayman Islands had its first traffic fatality. In 1965, the first traffic fatality occurred on the 22nd of December of that year. So we went 11 plus months without a traffic fatality. Yes, some of you may say, well, we didn't have that many as much traffic on our roads as we have now, and I agree with you, and that's why I say to you, some people may call it progress, but have we really? Yes, the numbers have progressed in terms of the number of fatalities that we have. The number of vehicles on our roads have increased, if that is considered to be progress. We have more asphalt on our land now than we had before. Some may consider that to be progress, as well. So, just to say, on the 22nd of December 1965, we had our first road fatality in the Cayman Islands. First traffic fatality. It happened on North Church Street, and in paying due respect to the family of the victim as well as the driver, I won't call the names, but if you have access to the Trade Winds newspaper, look at the publication for the 23rd of December 1965, and you will see an article there talking about the first traffic death in 1965 as well. So with that, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. Beautiful, the radio voice of none other than Silver Fox, Mr. Paula Cal, waiting to take your calls. Our numbers are the toll-free number 1-800-534-8255, also 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp number 925-3261. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a belated one, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shoutouts brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shoutouts. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery, and in particular, we want to give a big shout out and holiday greetings to our colleague and friend here at Radio Cayman, DJ Lynn. We wish for him a speedy recovery as well. And I want to give a big shout out to my friend, Mr. Roy Connolly. Some of you know him as Barefoot Roy. He had a little incident yesterday, and we want to wish Roy a speedy recovery as well. Another icon in the Cayman Islands, one of the few individuals in the Cayman Islands who still knows how to thatch a roof and how to do it properly as well. So Roy Connolly, we wish for you a speedy recovery, and I'm sure that all of your friends and family members, wish the same for you as well. So, folks, let's look at the birthday greetings this morning. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday. We see Marlene Chisholm celebrating a birthday. Sonia Bendo, Ryan Sahedo, Aaron DeCoteau, and Nolan Brown celebrating birthdays. Those are the ones that we know so far. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday today or any momentous occasion, we want you to share that information with us, and we will give them a shout out right here on Radio Cayman. And we want to give all of those graduating seniors a big shout out. College, lots of college graduations taking place as well, and I want to give a special shout out to Miss Hannah over in Tampa. Congratulations on her graduation as well. We do have a caller and we have a special guest in the studio this morning. I won't introduce my special guest until we return from this commercial break, and we will take the caller as well. So folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
In the early 1900s, the sister islands enjoyed a relative prosperity, with the cultivation and subsequent exports of coconut being the primary industry, as Commissioner Sanguinetti would note during his 1902 visit.
Business seemed brisk. There has been a very large coconut crop, such as not born for years, and the carrying capacity of the island vessels to deal with the export of nuts have been shipped between October and February last.
The coconut industry would continue to expand with the expansion of plantations into large tracts of unused land.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community, a traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
Ho, ho, ho. Pure Art Gallery and Gifts is your perfect Cayman destination for Christmas shopping. Fun gift ideas for all ages. Pure Art features gorgeous local jewelry, household items, paintings, prints, Christmas tree ornaments, and more. Sure to delight without spending a fortune? Visit Pure Art Gallery and Gifts on South Church Street, a mile south of Georgetown. Open late December 16th through the 24th until 7 p.m. for your Christmas shopping. Pure Art Gallery and Gifts is open late from December 16th through the 24th.
December is here, but there's still time for that Miami trip before Christmas. Cayman Airways has added several extra flights from Grand Cayman to Miami, perfect for a weekend getaway and to catch that increased duty-free allowance for Cayman residents. But hurry, word is getting round, so those extra seats not going to last long. Book your Miami seats online at CaymanAirways.com or call them on 949-2311. All aboard Cayman Airways with extra flights to Miami before Christmas.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, K-Man.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have a caller on hold. That caller has been waiting for a while, so I'm going to do a quick introduction to Dr. Steve McField. I said that we had a special guest. Of course, Dr. McField is no stranger to the studio, and I said to Doc off there, I said, some of my listening or viewing audience are going to say, what is OC talking about? Because they can actually see if they're following us on YouTube, they can see Dr. McField in the studio. So before we grab the caller, Doc, good morning, welcome. I wanted to have you on at least either today or Friday before we took the holiday break. So thank you very much for making yourself, accessible to us.
Good morning to you, for Mr. For the Record, and it's so good to be with you here in the studio at the end of I think this is probably your last show, or Friday would be your last show. Mm-hmm. That is good, because I started at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to be here at the ending of the year too. You're at the ending of your show, so it's good to be here, and I want to say good morning to all your friends, all your listeners in for the Record land. And all those who listen to you in the Cayman diaspora, and all those who listen to you in the Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's good to be here, and it's good to come in the morning and hear Christmas songs on the radio, and not some of the old jungle music from some neighboring jurisdiction. And it makes me happy to be here this morning.
Well, it's great to have you here as well. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Thanks for being so patient.
Patient? Joe wasn't from East End. Joe was not an East Ender. Listen, before I complain, I normally don't complain. I try to bring some good headlines and make you guys elaborate. But good morning to you, and good morning to the doc there.
Good morning, Rod Graham.
I just want to say firstly, thanks to all the people who came out to the airport.
Yes.
And greeted our two superstars. That was great. Trying to show us some pride and getting back to us appreciating our own. So that was good. But now I'm going to complain. Well, see, the only thing you have been able to do, you were supposed to be on from 8:30. The only thing you have achieved so far is to throw a few little birthday greetings and introduce Dr. McField, right? Mm-hmm. The news was earlier. That was a long time ago, and you got to go to the news again. Same old news. We don't want that. We don't want to hear that. I think Mondays, at least Mondays, should be put aside just for us to interact with you. No commercial, no headline news, because you already did the news, so we don't want to get no more news. You can do that later on in the day. We want Monday to be commercial free, this is a government entity that is subsidized by government, so we don't have to be trying to get every dollar out of the establishments around here for commercial. We want a commercial-free Monday that we can interact with you for the whole entire show. Because lately, we all have lots to say, and there's a lot that need to be discussed and need to be said by us, the belongers. So if you can establish or encourage them to have a commercial-free show, a lot more people would call in, because by time some of them get chance to call in, they have to jump out the car and run into the office.
Yeah, working on some new things for next year. Working on some new things for next year. Management, they're hearing you, and we're working on a few new things.
Well, I hope the new things is not to get more commercials.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We value our audience. It is your audience that makes Radio Cayman what it is. But bearing in mind that we have a very diverse audience. Some like the music, some like the talk shows. Some like to hear the news as well. So we have to spread it around. But we hear you, and we want to. We're going to work on making, for the record, more of a. It is a talk show, but we want to allow you to do more of the talking as well. Working on it. Believe you me. Trust me.
You mentioned music. I hope that your intention is to play some of our older music.
Well, Dr. McField already. Yeah, just that about the Christmas. Yeah.
And all those kind of things. So because I hear I'm playing old time music from other countries, but I don't hear I'm playing no Hummel and Beak and no Remember Justin and all that kind of thing. So you need the new things that you're working on. I hope that it's something to do with us.
Oh yeah. Our audience, they're gonna love it. The people of the Cayman Islands are gonna love it. Trust me.
Okay. All right. Commercial-free Mondays.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Lord Graham, take care.
Back soon too.
Yes. So, Doc, very. We only have about 2 minutes. I want to mention we're seeing more and more persons being arrested at Owen Roberts International Airport for bringing in either small quantities or, in many cases, large quantities, as well. For instance, I see here where CBC issued a release talking about one passenger having 34 clear vacuum sealed packages containing ganja. Another one, they seized approximately 50 pounds from a female Canadian national arriving from Toronto on Thursday, the 12th of December, as well. And then a passenger was arrested for importation and possession with intent to supply. She appeared before a magistrate court on Monday, the 16th of December, where she was remanded at Fairbanks Prison as well. While we want to commend the Customs and Border Control for their diligence and stuff, this is concerning and alarming. What are people thinking?
Well, I think that a lot of people, I would say many people who've traveled to the Cayman Islands, and not only to the Cayman Islands but other islands in the Caribbean, do not understand the consequences of bringing stuff that is legal in their jurisdiction, but is illegal here. And it seems to me that some more should be done at the port of disembarkation, at the port of embarkation, to notify people when they getting on the airplane. That they have to pass through a little security or something, like when you give your tickets in, and people say, I want to remind you that when you go into the Cayman Islands, if you have anything like that on you, you need to discard it now before you get to the Cayman Islands. I think those things need to be on warning on the tickets or on a ticket jacket or on something, or they need to be at the place at the port of embarkation, so that people can be notified that at the port of disembarkation, when they get here, they will be subject to search, and we take it very seriously. Those substances that are illegal here, but probably is legal in their country. Okay. Sometimes people don't know that. We know that because we're a small place, and we know that the consequences of taking that to America or to Canada, what would happen to us. But those people who come from these other countries do not understand the consequences of what would happen to them when they come in the Caribbean. And they think that the Caribbean is a place where you can get those things freely, and those things are available to them.
Yeah. Some of them, they're really not seasoned travelers per se. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return, the conversation with Dr. McField will continue. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Radio Cayman time check now, 8:01. This time check brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
Grab a cart and win. It's the 30K Jolly Grocery giveaway at Foster's. This Christmas, we're spreading some holly jolly cheer by filling one lucky shopper's cart with $10,000 worth of groceries. Just purchase any 2 specially marked products from now until December 24th for a chance to win your share of $30,000 worth of groceries. Go to fosters.ky/jolly for more info. Thanks to Frito-Lay, Chloralin, and Sueño, Penalin, Paradise Coffee, and Kellogg's. Have a holly jolly Christmas at Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
I'm April Cummings with your latest news. Passengers are arrested for marijuana importation. Radio Cayman's Dion Anglin has the details.
On Thursday, November 28, 2024, Customs and Border Control officers apprehended a male Canadian national upon his arrival at Owen Roberts International Airport on a flight from Toronto, Canada. An X-ray examination of his luggage revealed irregularities in one of his bags, and upon physical inspection, uncovered 34 clear vacuum-sealed packages containing marijuana. The passenger was arrested and later charged with importation and possession with intent to supply 29.15 pounds of marijuana. On Monday, December 9th, he appeared before the summary court and pled guilty to both charges. He was remanded to His Majesty Cayman Islands Prison Service. In another incident, CBC officers seized approximately 50 pounds of marijuana from a female Canadian national arriving from Toronto, Canada on Thursday, December 12th. The passenger was arrested for importation and possession with intent to supply. She appeared before the summary court on Monday, December 16th, where she was remanded to Fairbanks Female Prison. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Dion Anglin.
One of 10 migrants spotted on a vessel near Pedro Castle yesterday has chosen to abandon the journey. He was one of the 10 on the vessel heading west when it was first sighted. The Cayman Islands Port Authority initially responded, but the Cayman Islands Coast Guard later took over, bringing the man ashore. He was handed over to Customs and Border Control and taken to the detention facility for processing. The Coast Guard says it continued to monitor the migrant vessel until it was out of sight. Cayman's adoption legislation gets an upgrade.
For far too long, the legislative framework governing adoptions in our islands have lagged behind the evolving needs of our society and the fundamental rights of those involved in this deeply personal process. Up until this point, the system has lacked efficiency, leaving children and families in a state of uncertainty.
The Adoption Bill 2024 repeals and replaces existing legislation. Social Development Minister the Honourable Kenneth Bryan told MPs in Parliament that the bill enhances the local adoption process by clarifying the role of the Adoption Board, refining the application process for an adoption order, modernizing adoption orders, and the establishment of the Adoption of Children and Young Persons Register, and finally, inter-country adoption.
We are not merely updating outdated laws. We are reaffirming our commitment to protecting the best interest of children in the Cayman Islands, upholding the rights of all parties involved, and ensuring that the safeguards in place reflect the values and aspirations of our modern community.
The bill passed on Monday. That is your local news at this hour. I'm April Cummings. Now to the BBC for stories making headlines around the world.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Russian officials say they've detained an Uzbek man over the assassination of the senior army general Igor Kirillov. According to the authorities, the suspect confessed to being recruited by Ukraine. The general was killed by an explosion in Moscow on Tuesday. South Korea's suspended President Yoon Suk-yeol has failed to appear for questioning about his short-lived declaration of martial law 2 weeks ago. He didn't show up at a scheduled meeting with investigators. 4 days on from a devastating cyclone, rescuers are still searching for survivors in the wreckage of shanty towns on Mayotte. The storm was the worst to hit the French island, which is in the Indian Ocean, for 90 years. A rebel group in Myanmar says it's recaptured its former headquarters that it lost to the Burmese military nearly 30 years ago. The Karen National Union has seized Manipur, which is near the border with Thailand. A British court has ruled that police can seize more than $2.5 million from the controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan. The magistrate described the pair's failure to pay tax as a straightforward cheat. Prosecutors in Poland are seeking a Europe-wide arrest warrant for a former Deputy Justice Minister accused of misusing millions of dollars of state funds meant for crime victims. The authorities say they don't know where Marcin Romanowski is. South Africa's foreign minister is in talks with officials from Mozambique to try to end a political crisis. There have been protests across Mozambique since the governing party's candidate was declared the winner of October's elections. New figures show Japan has seen its highest ever number of annual foreign visitors. More than 33 million people arrived from overseas by the end of November. That's the latest BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by The Light Room. Tired of being unwell and struggling to find the energy and vitality to live the life you desire? Come get recharged from the inside out at The Light Room. Our non-invasive, holistic energy enhancement system detoxifies and energizes the body, enabling self-healing and balance. Book online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL, 38 Pasadora Place, GT.
Williams Productions proudly presents the 2024 Gospel Fest. This year, bringing you award-winning artists Jeff and Sherry Easter.
Over and over, again and again, God is faithful.
Alongside the incredible Marshall Hall.
Thanks, I give you thanks.
All live in concert, December 31st at First Baptist Church. Gates open at 6 p.m. Concert starts at 7. So come early and get ready for a night of unforgettable music. Tickets are $25 pre-sale or $35 at the gate. Funds raised will help to support Inclusion Cayman. Grab yours today at Funky Tanks or the Cayman Islands Conference. Celebrate, sing, and start your new year right at Gospel Fest 2024. Don't miss it. The 2024 Gospel Fest is proudly sponsored by Office of the Premier, Cayman First, Health City, Hides and Sons, Value Med Pharmacy, Ministry of Border Control, Labor and Culture, Uncle Clem's, Physiotherapy Center, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Heritage, Praise 87.9, Ministry of Tourism and Ports, and Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Let's very quickly take a look at your weather. Present temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. It's nice and sunny on the outside. Winds are out of the east at 9 miles per hour. Relative humidity 88%. The barometric pressure is at 30.00 inches and dropping. Isolated showers are lingering across the Cayman area associated with a surface trough over the Yucatan Peninsula. A decrease in showers is expected through this afternoon as the trough moves further west of the area. Light winds and slight seas are expected over the next 24 hours due to a weak pressure gradient across the northwest Caribbean. Our forecast for today calls for partly cloudy skies, 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Later tonight, partly cloudy skies, 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight, wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. We're in a low tide. High tide is coming up at 12:13 this afternoon. It's going to be low again at 6:51. Sunset at 5:50 p.m. this afternoon. And the outlook is for similar weather conditions through Thursday evening. An increase in winds and seas are expected from Friday morning as a cold front approaches the Gulf of Mexico and begins to strengthen the pressure gradient. Showers are also expected on Saturday as the cold front moves near the Cayman area and becomes stationary. That, my friends, is your latest weather brought to you by our friends at CG Britcay.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you want to go scuba diving on your vacation, don't bedazzle your wetsuit. And you think you look great, but what you don't realize is that you look like a shiny, scaly fish. And it won't take long for a shark to notice you. Next thing you know, you're busting out every karate move you got. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance and get airlifted out to the closest hospital.
Get coverage for emergency evacuations. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Life's best moments are precious. Taking the time to cherish them with those we love is the most important thing in the world. At Cynical, we've got you covered for all these moments, helping you take care of your health, supporting your family's next move, and making sure those you care about are protected on the road. Visit Cynical.ky today. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Jingle bell, pick up your feet. Christmas shopping at Le Classic cannot be beat. Quality style, luggage and leather, shoes that make you feel like you're walking on feathers. So step on in before stepping out. Come see what your friends are all talking about. We're here at the Strand, it's the season of cheer. Christmas time is here.
Merry Christmas from Le Classique. Come see us in the Strand, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
2025 will be here before you know it. Are you registered to vote? The last voter registration deadline is the 15th of January. Visit elections.ky today to download your registration form. It's quick and easy. Once you've filled it out, bring the form along with your original eligibility documents to the elections office, conveniently located on West Bay Road in Baytown Office Suites. Can't make it in person? No problem. Simply email your completed forms and copies of your documents to office@elections.ky. For more information, visit elections.ky, call 949-8047, or email office@elections.ky.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Very quickly, taking a look at the traffic cams at the East-West Arterial. Traffic is cleared up, but getting to the Red Bay roundabout, still got some traffic. Looking down at the CUC roundabout, similar traffic flowing onto the Linford Pearson and on Crew Road. Getting closer to Georgetown, traffic slows up much more. Bobby Thompson Way, seeing some traffic as well, and crawling on to Huldah Avenue. Getting to the CNB roundabout and continuing on. Trying to get the traffic cam to focus on the Butterfield roundabout. Most streets in Georgetown taking that traffic as well. Eastern Avenue, seeing some good flow of traffic both directions, heading out the West Bay Road and on to Shedden Road. Traffic going through South Sound, similarly flowing smoothly onto South Church Street and into Seafarers Way. Got some traffic on Walker's Road as you try to head on up to the Georgetown area. One cruise ship in port with another sailing in, so there'll be 2 cruise ships in. So look out for those passengers, of course, going through Georgetown, catching the sights and sounds. West Bay Road, traffic's flowing smoothly in both directions, looking down from Ritz-Carlton, and in West Bay itself, got some light traffic. The light traffic in the districts of Northside, Eastern, Savannah, Breakers. Of course, majority of traffic in the Georgetown area. Kim and Brock, Lil K-Man, take it nice and easy this afternoon time with your traffic situation. Of course, your traffic report brought to you by our good friends at Subway.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets. Ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
This holiday season, give the gift of sport and style. Winter Circle Sports has everything you need. Quality brands and unbeatable prices on the latest gear. New Christmas stock just arrived. Score big with European Football League jerseys from Adidas, Nike, Air Max, and Dunks. Jordan shoes and clothing, Vans, Authentics, and old school styles. Graphic tees and Levi jeans. Plus, take the advantage of early bird Christmas special. Enjoy 10% off gift cards and make holiday shopping even easier. Find them at 12 Walkers Road, Georgetown. Winter Circle Sports, always a step ahead.
The Butcher Shop at Rankin's Farm is ready to stock your kitchen this holiday season with delicious fresh local meats, beef, pork, and goat available now and cut to order. And they have you covered with fresh produce, hot and seasoned peppers, tomatoes, and scallions straight from Rankin's Farm. The Butcher Shop at Rankin's Farm is located at 3032 Shamrock Road by Rankin's Jerk. Open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 929-4584. Make it a happy holiday season with the Butcher Shop at Rankin's Farm.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Come on. Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My guest in the studio with me this morning, just before our last day of broadcast for the year, which will be Friday, none other than Dr. Steve McField. We don't have anything in particular we want to talk about. Our phone lines are open as well, but we're going to reminisce a little bit about the Christmas in Cayman. And Doc, off mic, you were talking about the fact that this time Tuesday evening, next week Tuesday evening, just before Christmas. Now, we would all of the sand that we had backed, we would spray it out. Those who could afford it would get sand. They would have either bought it from Mr. Lawrence Dilbert in West Bay, or Colbert Smith in Georgetown, and a few other persons that had trucks.
Mr. Clarence Flowers.
Yep. You would have that. In those days, you didn't have anything like a backhoe.
No, you had to shovel it on.
Yeah, had to shovel it on the truck and then and shovel it off as well, because some of the I don't think any of those trucks were dump trucks.
No, we didn't have dump trucks.
And I remember when you bought the sand, and then you take the prickle bush and you put over it so that the dogs and stuff like that didn't go and sprayed it out and playing it, before the time as well. And of course, we as children, we would also back sand from Hogstye Bay, and I would imagine that those in the North Church Street area would back sand from Dora's Bay, what we would call red spot, in that area now. But those are the things that we looked forward to in our Christmas days.
Yeah, I think the only dump truck on the island was at the old base at the Public Works.
Oh, okay.
Esther Tibbetts. Esther Tibbetts, they had a truck, but before that they had to shovel the mile off too and shovel it on.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Doc. You go ahead.
Yeah, they had to shovel the marl up. About Mr. Roscoe's, where they had the marl pit.
Yeah.
They would pick the marl. The trucks would go up there. They would shovel it on, and then when they would shovel the marl off at the roadside, and they didn't have any rollers in those days.
Nope.
They had big wooden sticks with big clumps of wood. And they would beat
a mallet.
Would beat the marl and wet it, and the marl would dry like cement.
Compact it,
yes.
Okay, we have a few callers, so let's see if we can grab those callers before we go to our next commercial break. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, brother. Dr. Steve, what are you doing?
Oh, how are you, Mr. Elvis?
I'm good, sir. Christmas time now, and we reminiscing about Christmas, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, as a boy growing up in Georgetown, we would all go by the market, and you had your fresh beef, and for sure you had your turkey meat. Right now, as I come back, I'm 67 now, but almost, and I had to beg somebody to try to get a little lot of turkey meat from the farm.
Oh, yes.
We don't have nothing set up to say, well, we can get some turkey meat up here. But you know what we still got? Praise the Lord for them. We still got a young man that's going to get the wild turkey so the senior citizen like me can get. Yeah? See, it's sad when you have to steal to get your own food. And people can come in to lobster season and go die the lobster and die the constant thing for their Christmas. But we got to wait 6 months. We are living like dogs in our own country. Merry Christmas to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But Elvis, I remember beef was such a high, expensive commodity, so scarce, that you would go down to the old market like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and you'd wait there, and they would sell all of the rich people, get all the rich people's beef.
Yeah, that would be put aside.
Put aside, and you'd be waiting, and they'd like come. They would say, "Well, son, I'm sorry, but all we have left is the cow head or the and that prompted Con Lemuel and Mr. Miles, Elizabeth Miles, forgot what he was named now.
I soon tell you, Mr. Oh gosh.
Up on Sound Road there.
Mm-hmm.
To start their own meat slaughter in there. Mm-hmm. Yes, for the central community.
Yep, we're going to take the next caller, which is going to be the WhatsApp caller. Before we grab him, though, the increase in the demand for turtle in the Cayman Islands, the indigenous population of the Cayman Islands, Caymanians, not increasing, but yet we're seeing the increase in demand for turtle meat. I wonder what is prompting that. Is it because it's becoming more commercialized? Is it, or does it mean that those non-Caymanians are geared towards eating turtle or whatnot? Because all of a sudden, we see this huge increase in demand, but the people who normally eat turtle meat, in my view, that population hasn't increased that much.
No.
Proportionately. No. Let's grab the WhatsApp caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Mr. Hamilton was his name. Yes. Mr. Hamilton Miles.
Yes.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Sir, bring back tears to my eyes when we sit down and remember the old time Cayman. You're talking about where I was, Mary Street, like then we gone now. Mr. Lorraine Russell, he was a big man then in them days.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait, they gotta take care of Roy meat. Gotta wait, they gotta take out Dr. Roy meat.
Yes.
And that's what it was. And sometimes you never get nothing. Same thing we go when you go get turtle, the turtle meat and stuff in those days. I remember sometime I used to help Henry Bush roll the wheelbarrow from right the Hawkesbury Bay after he butchered the turtle. OC and Dr. McField, we were eating better those days than we're eating now. I don't know.
Sure, because the food was fresh from the water, from the sea. The fish was fresh from the sea. There were no refrigerators to keep things frozen for months and months and months.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have all these hormones in it pumped into it to make it look good.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And you remember the old time Christmas with Malachi and all of them and James Thomas and all them going on the truck the week up 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that was Christmas. Came and don't enjoy Christmas no more. But OC, I want to speak very quickly. I want to agree with Lord Graham in certain things there, what he said. I don't see, because Cayman, radio Cayman sometimes done like CNN. I mean, they got one topic for days and days and days. If you give the news out 7 o'clock in the morning, then you turn on, give it up 8 again. I mean, But if you, to me personally, the news at 7 o'clock, midday, and 6 o'clock in the evening, that's suppose who don't miss it. I mean, who don't catch it 12 o'clock, catch it at 6 o'clock and stuff like that, And yet I hear a lot of music playing from, Mr. Jefford Walton. When I was working in the back with him, he told me, he said, from time Jim Reeves died, it wasn't no more music, But I'm a musician myself, and I play music and record music that you can, sometimes understand, which I mean, we got a younger generation now, and that's not our generation. We from the old school. But looking back, Mr. McField, you remember the days when the men went to sing, when they came home, they bring back Fats Domino. They were music that you could enjoy, But nowadays, everything is gone. So, Mr. McField in OC, how a wonderful holiday. God bless you all and continue what you're doing. And glad to know that we still got some Caymanians around. And Dr. McField, I put another 50 years on your life, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
how you would enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. On the programming and the news on Radio Cayman, just bear in mind what I've said. We're looking at things. New things will be coming in the new year, as well. So those of you who are a little bit disgruntled, those of you who don't understand the whole programming concept, we'll try to get you to understand that. But at the same time, we're hearing your concerns, and if you want to talk more rather than listen, then we're hearing you and working on that as well. We're going to take a commercial break. We have several callers on hold. We're going to ask each caller to please be as brief as possible, because I'm sure that many persons just want to express season greetings and things of that nature. So we're going to ask each one to be as brief as possible so that we can accommodate as many calls as possible, because we need you to work with us as well. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
December is here, but there's still time for that Miami trip before Christmas. Cayman Airways has added several extra flights from Grand Cayman to Miami, perfect for a weekend getaway and to catch that increased duty-free allowance for Cayman residents. But hurry, word is getting round, so those extra seats not going last long. Book your Miami seats online at CaymanAirways.com or call them on 949-2311. All aboard Cayman Airways with extra flights to Miami before Christmas.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
West Bay residents, the Christmas festivities are coming a bit early. Ralston Anglin is pleased to present the West Bay North Children Christmas Party, Saturday, December 21st from 3 to 6 p.m. Bring the kids out to an afternoon with Santa, bouncy castle, food and beverages, and a free bike raffle. The West Bay North Children's Christmas Party, this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Teacher Al Park, across from the Lighthouse in Bosun Bay.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have several callers on hold, so we're going to accommodate all of those callers. Let's go to the first caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
I couldn't resist calling when you started talking about sandbagging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Many lasting romances were fomented on those moonlight. You can look through many of the communities and see a lot of them still standing. But the sandbagging and the marching that they call in every house. At least the men who would come home from sea always had a little bit of Bacardi.
Mm-hmm.
And the marchers came by to give them a sip, and everybody was happy. But it's nice to reminisce a little bit, because the light from the past will shine onto the future, where we sort of need to still say between the lines.
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Loxley, I was off the air, was saying to Mr. For the Record that changes started to happen there between the 60s and 70s here. that was the dividing era, dividing years. But when we started discard and throw off the old and start taking on the new. The last march was in Christmas 1977. It was just a bunch of stragglers then. It was not like the march that they used to have in the past. It was just a few people, and then it just faded after 1977 Christmas. There was no march after that. Nobody came out anymore.
Somewhere in Radio Command archives, we have descriptions by Miss Annie and Mr. Ernest talking about these marches.
Yes.
And I never forgot one of her faces. That march for days and days and days.
Yes.
Anyway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Banks. All the best to you for the holidays as well.
Yeah, man. Same to you. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Yes, okay. I will be well under 2 minutes. First of all the best for the season for you, Dr. Steve, your listeners, as well as, of course, everybody in the Cayman Islands.
Same thing to you, Doc. Billy, Mr. Billy Samamba. Just before you go, we were cleaning out.
Well, I've got one or two little things to say before I go, yes. But,
okay, before we were cleaning out our closets and stuff and getting rid of a lot of stuff that clutter, and my wife was saying, "What's in this trunk? What's in this big old suitcase?" And Mr. Billy, when I went and looked in the huge suitcases, all of my old winter gear, all of my winter gear from Canada, all of my winter coats, short ones, long ones, furry ones, I still have them. So I know that you must be wearing your winter coat now.
Now, yes, it's now started going a little bit below zero, so now it's kind of winter is here in earnest, yes.
Yes.
But in Cayman, you don't need that. I mean, we can take your winter clothes and make a bonfire. We don't need them.
Yes.
Now, okay, very quickly, I've been receiving very, very good vibes about the letter which I wrote to the Minister for Overseas Territories asking for an inquiry into the Judicial Legal Service. So I thank for all the people who have been sort of sending in the good messages and feedback. If anybody wants to get a copy of it, it is copied to members of the public. It is if you message me on WhatsApp on 928-2644, my Cayman number, 928-2644. Dr. Steve, this comment is meant maybe even for you than Steve, than OC. I see that the motion has been passed in the House about the immigration matter. And I was saying to myself, why is it being passed now? Why was indeed passed at the time when your committee was working? Which I find very funny, because also it did not come from government, this motion. It came from the backbench. Also, there was no debate from the government or the backbench. So I find that very, very curious. But also what the public has to understand, a motion is not a law. They will have to still reduce it to writing. There are a lot of things which have to be looked at there. But lastly, in 10 seconds, I think there's need to reform the law on guns in Cayman. I see the young famous actor, Mr. McPherson, was sentenced to 7 years, and I don't know why he wasn't fined the way 3 other expatriate people were just fined. And I don't know why we're keeping the law on the statute books about bigamy and being ready to send people to jail on bigamy. Adultery is not a crime. I don't see that should be an offense at all. I think that is just ruining people's lives for archaic laws. I thank you very much for your indulgence. All the best for the season. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Same to you, Mr. Billy.
Billy, let's grab another caller. And just before we take that caller, it appears as if several of you want to call in and talk about Mr. Jordan Crooks or
yes,
Hero, who in the World Aquatics broke his own record and at the same meet, broke his record twice. And the phrase that is circulating now, 345 GOAT, GOAT, greatest of all times. Someone may want to check with the office that deals with intellectual property and whether or not somebody needs to I don't know, trademark or register.
Yes, register that.
Somebody else is going to do it before. 345 GOAT. I don't know who came up with it first, but certainly, you know, very, very innovative. And this person should, if they're not in advertising, they
should be in advertising.
Should be in advertising as well. But we want to welcome as many people as want to call in and give Mr. Jordan Crooks a big shout out, as well as all of the other participants who returned home as well. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Merry Christmas to both of you.
Thank you. Same to you.
I just want to add a little brief history of the sandbacking.
Okay.
Since you mentioned my father's name, he used to deliver sand for Christmas even to Savannah, because a few people remind me of it. And he used to take a half a load to as many families as he could, and there was no charge for it. And when Mr. McField mentioned about the dump trucks, far as I can recall, my father had the first dump truck on the dock, and I just tell you how he got it. He didn't have the money to buy the truck right away, so he had another truck that he left on the dock. Mr. Erlon Properties out in South Sound, there was an old truck there. That was the truck that he bought and started with. Anyway, he decided to get another truck, and that was the big, long green one that we used to call Lady Green. He got a job on the Miracle as the cook, and he left someone here to work the other truck. And the wages that he got as the cook, he then bought that truck, which was a dump truck, that big long one. I don't know if you guys remember it.
I've seen pictures of it. I've seen photographs of it.
Okay, that is the one. I think he ended up with 3 trucks before he gave up his work.
Wow.
Accomplishment.
So, that's a little bit I wanted to add.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that bit of history, with us as well.
Yeah, I remember it was 10 shillings and 6 for a load of sand, truckload of sand, 10 shillings and 6, and 10 shillings and 6 was good money in those days.
Yeah, I remember when he did make a good little deal. He was the first person in West Bay to put up Christmas lights on his house.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave you with that.
Anything that you want to reminisce about Christmas other than the Christmas lights, being the first house in West Bay to put up the Christmas lights? Any memories for you?
Yeah, where we lived out on the bay, that is where people used to come to get the sand. And they used to walk through our yard. And some people used to take it up to their place by donkey.
Okay, yeah.
And they used to, sometimes they was from the beach there, and we were, as you know, our house is located near the road. They used to pile up some piles in our yard, and then the rest of the family would come and get it and take it to, say, Mount Pleasant or Northwest Point or even Bosun Bay.
Wow. I can see them doing that these days. Everybody would claim the piles.
That's right. We used to have good fun watching them do.
Yeah. One more question before you go. You said that they would come and get the sand from in your area where your house was, in that area there. Was that because once you took sand from there that the nature continued to replenish it?
Yes, if you go to the Miramola Road where my sister has her apartment, you will see that that was a high bank, and the sand was taken from that area, and it would always come back because you could actually stand up from the Miramola Road and look down to the bank, and even now with the wall, you can still see the drop there, but as it goes and comes now. And then it was a little further down. A lot of people used to go to the lower end, where Mr. Loxley was raised. They had a house further down, and that was an area too. People used to go to get sand. And even when they were building the John Gray Memorial Church now, this one, my father used to loan the truck to the people after work, and he would come and help load the sand onto the truck, and he would deliver it to the site when the church was building.
Great.
Yeah, Miss Esme, there was where you live before you get to your house, where the four-way stop is now. In that area, there was a little jukebox joint.
That was Cap McNeil Farrington.
Yes, and I remember meeting this gentleman there. He was one of the tallest men in West Bay. We used to call him Bobo.
That was Bobo. He lived just down the road from us, that sharp corner when you get, the Lorraine Beach.
Yes.
And you go into the Town Hall Road.
Mm-hmm.
He was Mr. McKinley's Bush son.
Okay.
He lived in that area, and I don't know if you probably went to see with Mr. Warren Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his brother.
Okay, yes, okay. I remember they had a little jukebox there, and we would go down there and play Christmas songs and put shilling in the jukebox and 2 shillings and shillings in the jukebox.
And Friday night and Saturday night were the hot night.
Yeah, hot night, yes.
And you got to remember the Cop Hall too,
Yes, oh yes, the Cop Hall, yes, famous Cop Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Caller, thank you very much. All the best to you and yours during the holiday season, and healthy and prosperous New Year to you as well.
And same to you and Mr. McField.
Thank you.
Thank you too, ma'am.
Before we go to the commercial break, on Monday, one of our listeners wrote in and said that they were at work at the time, so they couldn't call in, but please let us give Jordan Crooks his due and extremely incredible congratulations from the entire Cayman Islands. He says, this is absolute history, never before accomplished anywhere in the universe, as well. That was coming from Mr. Denward Ebanks on Monday. And then today he says, 345 GOAT, excellent descriptive phrase as well. And folks, if someone doesn't take ownership of this, somebody else will and make money, and it may not be a Caymanian. So please get out there, inquire how we go about safeguarding 345 GOAT, greatest of all times. We're going to take a commercial break. If we have any callers on hold, we will take those callers as soon as we return. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa here, letting you know that I can't wait to see you all at my grotto at Bayshore Mall. I will be there with my friends from Kirk Freeport from Thursday the 19th December right up until Christmas Eve. Check kirkfreeport.com to see my daily schedule. I will be in my grotto in the afternoon each day, but earlier on Christmas Eve, Santa will have a special gift and sweet treats for every boy and girl, and Christmas music filling the air. Merry Christmas! See you soon at Bayshore Mall. Love, Santa and everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Merry Christmas from Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors to all my friends, family, and clients. I'd like to bring you a holiday special on all our products in store with a very special Christmas discount. Save 25% on everything in the store and receive a discount on special orders. Please shop from December 16th through the 21st and enjoy all of our year-end savings. We are located in the Cayman Center on Orion Roberts Drive or online at robertwoodky.com or call us on 949-7765. Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year to all friends, family, and clients.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Reflections annual countdown to Christmas sale is on now. Ladies, save 50 to 75% off selected fashion clothing, selected Adidas, Puma, and Nike sneakers discounted from 25 to 50% off. Make your gift giving super easy this year by getting Reflections gift certificates for everyone on your list. Converse kicks starting at $25 and bargains galore throughout the store. Guys, cargo pants, big and tall, $5.50. Levi's and selected Docker pants, 25% off. Every purchase above $49 at Reflections gives you the opportunity to win 2 free tickets to any Cayman Airways destination of your choice. Open Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Shop Reflections on Shen Road beside the Mango Tree.
See yourself in Reflections.
Reflections, always driving down prices.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're going straight to the phone lines because we have invited callers to call in. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning, good morning. How are you? Compliments of the season to you.
Thank you. Same to you and your family, and may everything you all touch turn to gold.
Thank you.
While I was on hold, I rescued a kitty. It's in my car right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
It's Carrie. You know me. I'm the cat woman. I go around rescuing the cat. Anyhow, I want to also congratulate the Crooks, Jordan and his sister. Oh, man, they're amazing. Beautiful family. Beautiful family.
Mm-hmm,
All I have to say is that I'm very honored that they are part of our community and they're part of our country. That makes me feel really good today. And I hope they will extend their visit back home to the Sister Islands so we can shower them with our love too and appreciation and gratitude. And I wish all the best to them for the holidays and their family. I also want to say that, in the BRAC, I was, I listened to all of Parliament, and I was listening where they got more money for Radio Cayman, which is great that they're going to do some improvements and a lot of new things coming in the new year, which I'm glad to hear that. But I would also like them to ensure that the BRAC doesn't lose service as much as it has been. And when it does, they need to let the people know, because there are a lot of people up here whose only outlet to the world is Radio Cayman. So when you're no longer on air and they don't know what's taking place or whatever, it's not nice. And I go to a lot of elderly people homes up here, and I hear them complain, no radio station. We don't know when we're going to get it back, and there's no announcement, Anyhow, and it can be done on the page so that at least those of us here that know what's going on can, tell them that. And one last thing I want to say this is coming from the bottom of my heart right now.
Mm-hmm.
For all of the families right now that have lost power and electricity and water because they're unable to pay their utilities this month and won't have that, I hope that our government, the Department of Financial Assistance, actually steps in now and goes to the utility company and find out who has been cut off and write a check to restore those power accounts right now. It is sad, Mr. Connor. I have been hearing it all day yesterday, today, again this morning. I'm waking up with people telling me their power was turned off. And that saddens me that Christmas time and our people are suffering this immensely. And I don't think we need to have them suffer even at the bare minimum during Christmas.
Sure,
so
that's true.
You all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I'm going to just intervene a little bit before we go to our next caller. And again, to those persons who are have made their views known about the programming on Radio Cayman and the news and everything else. And we also have to recognize that we can't just air a news story once because not everyone is going to hear it at that point in time as well. Also, not everyone is retired, so some people are able to listen to the radio all day, and we appreciate them for doing that as well. But we, like I said, we have a varied audience, and we have to find a way to cater to them as well. So we have to create that balance. Maybe one of these days we can have a talk show that is almost commercial free. Commercials at the beginning of the show, maybe one sponsor or two. Commercials at the end of the show, and everything, nothing else but talk in between. But those are things that we can work on for next year as well. Let's grab the next caller before we go to our headline news. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Compliments of the season to you.
Thank you, and the same to you, and good morning to you, Dr.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to touch on the last thing you just said.
Okay.
Because that's my thought exactly, that a couple of commercials could be done at the beginning and perhaps midway, you have a few more, and then, towards the end or immediately after. And I really think the 8 o'clock news could be postponed till after your show, because it does eat up quite a bit of the time. So I am in agreement with that. But I really called because I just wanted to congratulate Jordan. And also, I have to say this because it's what I thought. Or maybe I don't know if I should leave this part for the end because this is the kind of negative part. But anyway, I want to congratulate him. I also wonder if everyone in Cayman, those who are Caymanians and those who are Caymanians, if they understand the magnitude of what he just did. And, I'm really hoping that they do, and that the powers that they understand and reward him accordingly. I don't know what the plans are, but I really hope that, they're just not thinking this is some swim meet that he went to and he happened to win. And if they don't know, obviously, we have an island right next door to us that could guide us on that, because they too have a 2-time world record holder, and that was no small feat for them. So, but I want to say, I don't know why. I really couldn't believe that this happened, and I guess it was the lack of communication or perhaps the lack of understanding what Jordan had done. I could not believe that Jordan arrived home yesterday on American Airlines. This is a history-making moment for our little island. He shouldn't have arrived here on any other airline except Cayman Airways.
And we don't know what the logistics are in relation to that. But it's a point. It's a point well taken. People can make things happen when they want them to happen.
Yeah. Well, I just said it was a breakdown in communication due to the lack of knowledge of what he had just done. And even if he had had a ticket bought already to arrive here on American, Cayman Airways should have intercepted and flown him and his sister into Cayman. They won't have another chance to do that. So all of the footage on this in years to come, you will not see Cayman Airways. You're going to see American.
Unless we Photoshop it.
And that to me was a very sad moment for such a historical event. So again, I just want to say congratulations to Jordan and to his sister. She didn't break a world record, but she did some personal best. But Jordan is not a world champion. You got to get this right, because there's a big difference. He is the world record holder in that event. So yes, if you want to say he won at the World Championship, that's correct. But he is the world record holder. I was so shocked to see the Compass done article on him, calling him the world champion. It's not just the world champion. He's now the world record holder. And until
so world champion and record holder.
Exactly, but,
yes.
But one is higher than the other. We have many world champions, but they were not world record holders. And that is the big difference.
Yep.
And that's what now differentiates him from any other world champion in that event.
So true.
And he is Caymanian. we have to celebrate this. This is a big deal, and it couldn't have come to us at a better time. So let's get that public holiday arranged. Let's get the key to the island arranged, because that all goes with it. Let's get the piece of land that his house is going to be built on.
Or the house. Some jurisdictions give the house.
Well, that goes with it.
Yep.
That goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with it. And since he's a swimmer, then they should have a pool there. I'm not kidding. Like I said, they need to understand how he's rewarded.
Yep. And then use him to inspire and to train other upcoming swimmers in the Cayman Islands as well.
Well, certainly to inspire them. I don't know. Most prestigious athletes don't make good coaches, you know, because they're measuring everybody by their yard.
So,
well, ma'am.
But the technique.
Ma'am, I don't know if he has an agent or he has a manager, but I can, you know, and I know that professional athletes all over the world, they get rewarded for their
accomplishments,
for their accomplishment. But they become wealthy for what they do, sponsorships, and they get paid well. And I don't think he's going to get that from Cayman, and naming a street after him, and something is not going to be. It's not going to be. No. It's not going to be. It's not going to be rewarding.
Yep.
Certainly, I have some young athletes in my family. Some of my grandchildren playing hockey all over the world, and I don't expect them to rely on Cayman for their recognition and so forth, and for their reward. And I know that where they are going to be well rewarded for what they do. And so I would suggest that he doesn't fall into that trap, coming here and expecting people here to accept him and to reward him. That's not going to happen. And I don't care how what you say about should be in Cayman Airways. They don't care. We haven't emerged to that height yet. And if he wants to accomplish. To get further accomplishment and to get reward for what he does, he has to stay away from here.
Doc, I want to thank you very much. Caller, I want to thank you as well. We were more than a minute. Over our headline news. I am bound to go to the headline news. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. The Cayman Islands government has approved a memorandum of understanding with DART Enterprises Limited to, quote, define actionable steps for efficient execution and seamless transition between administrations. The MOU includes 3 areas: National Roads Authority Agreement, Integrated Solid Waste Management Systems Contract, and Barker's Peninsula, and what's called a meaningful advancement of the Barker's National Park concept. A government negotiation team headed by Deputy Governor the Honorable France Manderson has been appointed by Cabinet to spearhead the project. In international headlines, an Indiana man convicted of killing 4 people, including his brother and sister's fiancee decades ago, was put to death early today, marking the state's first execution in 15 years. 49-year-old Joseph Cochran was pronounced dead at 12:44 a.m. CST at this Indiana State Prison in Michigan City, Indiana. This according to the Department of Correction there. Cochran was scheduled to be executed with the powerful sedative pentobarbital, but the state agency's statement did not mention the drug. Cochran's execution was the 24th in the U.S. this year. Japanese automakers Nissan Motor Corps and Honda Motor Corps confirmed today that they are discussing closer collaboration, but denied reports they've decided on a merger. Nissan's share price soared nearly 24% in Tokyo after reports citing unnamed sources said it might merge with Honda to form the world's largest automaking group. Honda's share price fell as much as 3%. Nissan Alliance member Mitsubishi Motors Corps is also part of the talks. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. One of our listeners said, so true caller, that was to the comments made by the last caller. The magnitude of the accomplishment also on the airlines issue. And I just want to say that, while the Olympics is the big stage, each discipline, sporting discipline, also, has their events. So, this would have been the World Aquatics where this took place. And maybe not as many people watch these unless they're really involved in swimming or they're following their nationals as much as the Olympics. But that is no excuse for us here in the Cayman Islands, not to make a big thing out about it. We need to make a big thing about it, as well. And I want to apologize to the last caller as well if it appeared as if I may have cut them off, because I have certain protocols that I have to follow here on Radio Cayman as well when it comes to commercial breaks and everything. I don't, for all of you out there who think sometimes that I may cut you off or may cut someone off, on my initiative, I don't want to mess up my little gig that I have here in Dr. McField, that I have the opportunity to have Dr. McField on the show as well. So if I don't follow the rules, when it comes to broadcasting and when it comes to the traffic, I think they call it that. Paul, is that what you call it, traffic? That they have set up in terms of, and we can't be like the traffic on the road where you have slow down and roadblocks and accidents and stuff like that. We have to try to be, as seamless as possible, with it. So I have to abide by the rules as well. So I hope that you all understand that sometimes when I have to cut you short, it's simply because, of time constraints as well. But you're always welcome to call back if the phone lines are open and if we still have time as well. So I just wanted to make that clear. We do have a WhatsApp caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rambo. How are you? Compliments of the season to you.
Yeah, my to you and the family. Yeah, boy. Mr. Steve. Mr. OC. Maybe about 2 minutes, maybe brief now.
Sure, go ahead.
Talk about now, it can't be in time now, right? You see the season now. So a lot of mudslinging, innuendos, right?
Yep.
It's people, the quorum reputation at that time now. But what about this morning now? You see, I won't use this campaign time, really keep a platform or forum as a template. So whenever you have your evening show in the future, henceforth, you can use that.
That's good news to me. I'm going to have an evening show.
Except at that point, you still come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing, I'm so if I will know. I call earlier because Friday you probably in a different mood. But this referendum thing going on with the port, and a lot of gambling and the herb thing, topic. I don't want to be in the back burner because 7 years ago, Monk Everson Brock and I, couple of us, we have a petition, right? They're worded good, profound, so not to contribute towards it.
Yeah.
But who we are, to be a Caucasian, we get the back burner.
Yeah.
Now I see, so right, and the whole point now, Mr. Osi, and all the Steve, we are in inclined advanced time and predisposition. So everything beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So we have to clarify everything properly and appropriately.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got you.
All right, Mr. Osi, more time, man. Take care, man.
Take care. All the best to you during the holidays as well. We have a WhatsApp message and a caller as well, Paul. Which one you want to take first? We're going to do the voice note first, and then we're coming to the callers on the phone lines. Callers on the phone lines, don't hang up. We're coming to you.
Good morning, OC and Doc. Good morning. I'm going to miss your voice for a little time. And congratulations to Jordan. Oh my gosh, I love sports. I was champion bodybuilder at 50-year-old. Wow. And I still love sport, but that is my sport. But the bone, OC and Doc, the bone is too old now to continue that kind of thing. Yes. So, good morning and have a merry and safe Christmas. And see you when we get back, because my brother and myself going to Jamaica and coming back in February. So we'll hear the new program when we return, because I can't do anything Monday morning, Wednesday morning and Friday morning before after 10, you know. So you all hold me good. Yes. All right. God bless you all. Stay safe and enjoy your birthday, January, Mr. McField. And when I come back, God's willing, I will greet you all. Okay? God bless you. And take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
In Jesus' name. Bless this country.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We will enjoy our holiday. You all enjoy yours. And be safe, because this road is crazy. Be safe. In Jesus' name. All right. Love you. Love Radio Cayman. And enjoy. Okay? Bye-bye.
We want to thank that very loyal Radio Cayman listener. Before we go to the phone lines, one of our listeners wanted to know what money and gifts we are going to give to the Special Olympics teams, which return home with medals, as well. We need to, honor all for their accomplishments. That would be my viewpoint on that. Let's grab first caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning. Good morning. Compliments of the season to you.
Same to you and
Thank
all
you.
the staff of Radio Cayman.
Thank you.
I got a very something I need to let known this morning. I was shown the true meaning of Caymankind on Friday when I was down in Grant. My van broke down at Uncle Clem's when I was there, and they came to assist me. Mr. Clement, the owner of Uncle Clem's, my two cousins, Megan and Matthew, and all the staff there did their best to get that one started for me. I got it started after a while and made it out to the giveaway as you entering there by the little roundabout by the airport. I was trying to make it to Napa, because they told me to go to Napa because they thought that I needed a battery. And they was the best people to help me. Anyway, when I got right there, she cut out with me again. I had to call my cousin back at Uncle Clem's, and she said, "Oh, Rosie, don't worry, I'm going to send someone to help you." Shortly after that, this guy drove up on a blue motorbike. His name is Odin. I cannot thank him and praise him enough. He started her twice, and she cut out. The third time, she started, and then he was telling me then to make it down to Napa. But I told him that I was scared to drive and go into further traffic when I reached further down by Foster's.
By the big roundabout as well, yeah.
That she was going to cut out with me again. And so he went down the road, Next thing I know, I didn't know what he was doing. The next thing I know, he came running back to me. He had went in that parking lot where they have the rent-a-cars there, parked his bike, and came back to the where I was in the van, and told me that I must come around. And he got in that van and drove me straight down to Napa.
Wow, great.
And went in and told the guys there what was happening to me, and they came out to assist me, but they saying that it wasn't the battery. They thought it was the alternator. So, oh my God. Then I couldn't even give him a ride back to where his bike was. He called and he said, don't worry, I'm going to get a ride back. So I couldn't. I thanked him, and then I needed a ride to my house on Walker's Road to get home, to get my stuff packed up to catch the flight back here to the Bronx. And my son had called his best friend, Raymond Jackson, and he came and took me to Walker's Road. Then I had to call my cousin, Naza, and he came to Walker's Road and took me to the airport that I could catch my flight in time.
Nothing like family.
Yes, OC, and that was the true meaning of Mankind for me on Friday.
That is great. And you know what it says, that we are more alike than we are unalike. That's what Mayor Angelou speaks about. You know, there's so many good people out there, and you know, it is so unfortunate that most of the times it is the bad ones who get the attention rather than the good ones. And we want to thank you for sharing that your experience with us.
Yes. Thank you, OC.
Thank you very much. I give a big hello over there to the staff, you know, as well as Mr. Lennox as well.
Listening.
Okay. All the best for the holidays as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we still have another caller on hold. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
December is here, but there's still time for that Miami trip before Christmas. Cayman Airways has added several extra flights from Grand Cayman to Miami, perfect for a weekend getaway and to catch that increased duty-free allowance for Cayman residents. But hurry, word is getting round, so those extra seats not going to last long. Book your Miami seats online at CaymanAirways.com or call them on 949-2311. All aboard Cayman Airways with extra flights to Miami before Christmas.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries will be held on January 3rd. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before noon on Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on KirkFreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport. Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
The holidays, a time for family, togetherness, and cherishing every moment. But it's also a time to reflect on what truly matters. Hi, I'm Rosanna Dixon. This season, give the gift of security and peace of mind with life insurance, critical illness coverage, and final expense plans. You can ensure your loved ones are protected, no matter what tomorrow brings. Call Rosanna Dixon today at 547-0952. Make those important decisions now so your family's future is safe tomorrow. Because this holiday season, protecting what matters most is the greatest gift of all. Call 547-0952 today.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We still have a caller on hold, so we're going straight to the phone lines. Two callers now, I'm told. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Mr. Connor.
Yes, ma'am.
So sorry that I called back.
That's okay. I invited you to call back because I apologize, but I had to stick to the timing.
Oh, but I didn't hear your apology.
Okay, you can go back and replay it on YouTube because I did.
I'm just pulling your toes. Anyway, sorry. I wanted to also say that I couldn't but think how appropriate and significant it was that Jordan would achieve this historical moment in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he that founded upon the seas. We started as seafarers, and to think this would be the first time that we would be on the global stage, it would be to do with something with water.
Mm-hmm,
So I just thought that was quite fitting.
Yep.
Not on the track or anything, but water. And the other thing I wanted to say in response to what Dr. Steve was saying, when you cut me off, if Cayman does not wake up and understand what they now have, I can tell you what, there are other countries that would be very happy to claim him. Okay? So, like what Dr. Steve said, if he was saying something about Cayman not going to do it or whatever, I would hope that wouldn't be the case, but they need to wake up. And also, this should also be some encouragement to our government that they should invest in our athletes. Don't wait until, they're half grown, but catch them when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
They are here. It's not that we're not producing them. It's just that no one is investing in them. So,
but at the same time, caller, you would also agree that our athletes, some of our athletes, need to be more committed, because years ago I commented on when you hear footballers retiring so young in the Cayman Islands and everything, they have to put more into it, because the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So that dedication has to be there as well. And yes, because sports may not be as financially rewarding in the Cayman Islands as elsewhere, they have to think first about feeding themselves and their families before thinking about achieving excellence in sports.
Mr. Connor, if I might just say before you cut me off again,
Caller, you keep saying that. I don't do it on purpose. Please, please.
You have another person listening who's very much enjoying this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm surprised that my phone is not buzzing while I'm on with you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, as an athlete myself, I know the struggles of being an unpaid athlete and holding down a full-time job and being a parent at the same time. You don't get paid. So the only thing you're doing it for is your love of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
So our footballers were never paid. They competed at the highest levels they could get to on their own or through their sponsors. And until they made tournaments like Shell Cup and stuff like that, the association would give them a little pittance. And you don't have to take my word for that. You can speak to people like Lee Ramon and his brothers and those who represented us, and they'll tell you the same.
Yep.
And they didn't retire young either. They played way past what is considered internationally old ages. So it wasn't about them not being committed. They are committed. They're just not getting that support. They're more discouraged than anything else.
Ma'am, it's not the support. We have not reached that level yet where we recognize professionalism in athletes and pay them. We have been playing football now for over 4 decades, and still there's not a stadium where you can go and play football and pay to go in and bring teams from other places where you could go and pay. Listen, let's don't beat around the bush. The problem is that we're not ready yet for that sort of system, and And the problem is that we have no who's going to sponsor him from Cayman and pay for his sponsorship. Nobody's going to do that. Not going to do that because he's got to go look elsewhere in the world. It's not here if he wants to get rewarded for all the effort he's done and all the professional work he's done. And then we don't even have a insurance for athletes there if you get hurt or anything. So we're not ready for that yet. We haven't reached.
I beg to disagree there respectfully, Dr. Steve, because we're talking about two different things. I'm not talking about just an athlete. I'm now talking about a world record holder. And
that's worse. That's worse then. That's worse then. Because as a world record holder, no one here.
You're talking. Are you talking about each other, Doc?
No one here is gonna sponsor him. There's no Nike here. There's no something here. There's no aquatic sports here that's going to pay him and give him sponsorship so that he can go around representing them, around the world representing them.
Yep. Caller, final retort to you.
Okay. Anyway, I think Jordan has now finished university, but it doesn't mean he's finished swimming. And the point I'm trying to make, he's now done this. Our government, I'm not talking about a sponsor, I'm not talking about an agent. He now is the ambassador of the Cayman Islands. And our government has to first step forward and do what is needed for him to encourage him to continue to represent us on the other stages.
And we'll wait and see what the government's response to that will be.
You'll be waiting till next never.
Caller?
Well, there's another verse. What's it? The other thing is there, and then the thing they do in Europe, and then we have the Olympics coming up again. I'm sure he's going to be preparing for that. You know, so that's what I'm trying to say. This is not just an athlete. That's why I started out by saying they have to understand the magnitude of what he just did and reward him accordingly. And if they don't know, then they need to make a call to the protocol office and ask them to research it.
Caller, thank you.
Men, have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Christmas. Be safe.
Thank you. Let's grab another caller before we go to the break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi there. Am I on the air?
Yes, you are. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. First of all, I would really like to thank Radio Cayman and your sister station, the sister station to this one, for rebroadcasting the parliamentary proceedings. I think it's something that's important that people take the time to listen to and observe the decisions being made, the protocols, learn the system, see some of the unprofessionalism that's displayed. But here's my question. How many, just on average, would you or Dr. Steve be able to tell me about how many days a year does Parliament actually sit?
It only met twice this year.
So how many days are we talking about?
About 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would say about 14 days.
About 14 days.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, one of the things that shocks and disturbs me when I listen to the parliamentary proceedings, which I hope will be broadcast more frequently because I think they're very important, is the absenteeism. When they break down the votes, there's members of our government, highly paid, hopefully highly professional, that are not present during the 14 days that Parliament has sat. And that, I just think, is unexcusable. And, you know, unless you're in a hospital on a heart and lung machine, I would think that these representatives would find it important enough to be present when votes are taken. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it depends on if you're talking about the complete day or when the vote is taken on a particular issue, because sometimes that it may be strategic why they're not there, or why they're absent from the chamber, simply because they don't want to be involved in the voting process, especially if a division is called. If and the division is that everyone has to individually represent their vote, or whether or not they vote yes or no. So sometimes you may get members who don't want to vote at all, deliberately absenting themselves from the proceeding, from the vote proceeding. Now, when it comes to the whole day, and I can have Dr. McField look in the Constitution to see, how when permission from the Speaker has to be obtained to be absent, and if you're absent for so many consecutive meetings, what the consequence, or sittings, what the consequence of that would be. Caller.
I appreciate that, and that's why they have the right to abstain from a vote. But then at least you would know that they care and perhaps their position on the matter. We're talking about 14 days. I can think of very few excuses not to be present. I know sometimes the hours are long.
Mm-hmm.
They take ample breaks.
Oh, yes.
But, a lot of us...
And start late, usually start late as well.
Exactly. But a lot of people in this island that are making far less money and involved in less important matters, are working 9, 10, 12, 13-hour days on a regular basis. So I really don't think it's too much to ask of our elected officials that are earning very generous salaries and are, on occasion self-serving. It kind of sickens me when I hear that. There may be reasons, but they could be present and choose to abstain, correct?
That is correct. And caller, also, in relation to the broadcast, normally Radio Cayman would broadcast the proceedings live on 103.5 FM. 105.3, sorry, I'm dyslexic this morning. 105.3. Normally we would broadcast it live. Unfortunately, that wasn't able to occur this time around. But you also have CIG TV on YouTube where you can watch it as well. But we are happy to know that you also appreciate the rebroadcast, because not everyone has the luxury of sitting and watching the entire proceedings, while they're live as well. So again, we want to thank you for your comments, favorable comments in relation to Radio Cayman.
Sir, the problem that we have is that we have not risen to the level of sophistication as far as parliamentary system is concerned, like in other jurisdictions. It's sort of semi-casual in the way that, well, I can go if I want to. There's no real obligation. Certainly, if you under the Constitution, if you miss so many sittings that you could be expelled or you could lose your seat. But that's never has happened here, and that will never happen here. And there's no real part of discipline. Where you have the party whips that make sure that you are present at every sitting, and make sure that you vote against or for. We have never evolved, and although we have adopted the Westminster system of parliamentary democracy, we have never actually embraced it down to the word, like in other jurisdictions. Certainly, if I was making that kind of money, I would never miss a day of Parliament. Whether I'm going to vote or not vote, I'm going to be in the House to see what's going on, to be present. That's just in case. And but we have not reached that level yet.
Well, I appreciate it, Dr. Steve, and it's important enough that I encourage people to listen. I would appreciate more rebroadcasts. But it's time we rose to that level. Wouldn't you agree? And
definitely.
I'm gonna end. I'll hang up now. But wouldn't you agree that it's the Speaker of the House that would be responsible for making sure? I mean, you hear joking, you hear snide comments, you hear insults being tossed around. It's almost embarrassing at times. I'll leave it there. But it's important work they're doing, and I think it should be taken more seriously, as I believe that's what you're saying, Doc.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Doc, I'll have you respond to him as soon as we return. 3 minutes over commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and our car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Are you tired of hustling through traffic, trying to tick off your holiday shopping list? Pull into Reflections Hemp and Tobacco, across from Liquor for Less on the waterfront, for pure shopping pleasure. Open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Whether you're shopping for someone naughty or nice, over the age of 18, you'll find amazing deals during the annual year-end holiday and clearance sale. Check out the newly expanded store and enjoy the sights and savings. You can also get Reflections gift certificates, redeemable at Liquor for Less, Eastern Avenue Rubis, Jose's Rubis, Food for Less, Reflections Clothing Store, and Hemp and Tobacco. This could be the most fun you've ever had before the end of 2024. Must be over 18 to shop at Hemp and Tobacco.
See yourself in Reflections.
Reflections, always driving down prices.
Yes, Reflections.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Merry Christmas from Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors to all my friends, family, and clients. I'd like to bring you a holiday special on all our products in store with a very special Christmas discount. Save 25% on everything in the store and receive a discount on special orders. Please shop from December 16th through the 21st and enjoy all of our year-end savings. We are located in the Cayman Center on Orin Roberts Drive or online at robertwoodky.com. or call us on 949-7765. Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year to all friends, family, and clients.
2025 will be here before you know it. Are you registered to vote? The last voter registration deadline is the 15th of January. Visit elections.ky today to download your registration form. It's quick and easy. Once you've filled it out, bring the form along with your original eligibility documents to the elections office, conveniently located on West Bay Road in Baytown Office Suites. Can't make it in person? No problem. Simply email your completed forms and copies of your documents to office@elections.ky. For more information, visit elections.ky, call 949-8047 or email office@elections.ky.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me Dr. Steve McField. We have about 23 minutes left to go in the show this morning. Doc, before we take the next caller, you wanted to respond one more time to the caller.
He was speaking, but the speaker, one of the tenements of the parliamentary system is the speaker, the independence of the speaker. And you remember, for the record, when the auditors from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association came here, we went to see them. We had audiences with them. And that's one of the things I raised about the speaker not seems to be independent. Now, under the Westminster system, when you look at Erskine Mays, and you look at the Constitution in the UK and all the places, you see that once a speaker gets elected speaker, he divorces himself from his party affiliations during the time that he's speaker to show impartiality. Now, once that happens, and I don't want to be, because I spoke to someone on the radio, off the radio some time ago, and they were saying that, they didn't understand a lot of the stuff that was said on the radio because people use so many big words. In other words, so many legal terms. But once a speaker gets elected a speaker from a party, the speaker divorces himself from his party affiliations. The speaker does not have to take part in confrontational politics, like get on the platform to make speeches and so forth. And once the speaker has the confidence of the House, and once he or she wants to remain speaker for the parliamentary term, his or her seat is what we call in the UK and under the parliamentary Westminster system a safe seat. In other words, Parliament reads that no one will run against her in his constituency, as long as he or he continues to obtain the confidence of the House and wants to become Speaker. And for that, the Speaker who is now come from constituency will send his or her in the constituency will send all the needs and wants of the committee to the premier or to the premier or the prime minister. Those needs will be taken care of as that representative from that district, who's the speaker, continue to become speaker. But that's one thing. That does not happen here. And that doesn't seem to be happening here because the political populace are not educated where it comes to the parliamentary system in which rules them, in which governs them, and which provides governance for them. That's the problem that we have.
Okay, let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Good morning, Dr. Steve.
Good morning.
Good morning. Compliments of the season to you.
Yes.
Thank you. The same to you, gentlemen. I wanted to say to the previous caller that, we are not the only jurisdiction that the members, the MPs, behave in certain ways in the House.
Yep.
I've had the privilege of being in the House in the United States, in Florida, Florida House in Tallahassee and in Washington D.C. And I can tell you, as I'm sure both of you gentlemen know, some of the rhetorics that places are above and beyond. And even in England, I've watched some of the Caribbean jurisdictions online, and Cayman is mild. Our members behave in a mild way compared to other jurisdictions. So I just wanted to get that out there. I have mentioned before about being able to hear the re-recordings of the proceedings, which is something Radio Cayman could probably put on their app, especially Mr. Connor, because you said they didn't have an opportunity to air it on radio this time.
Live, yeah.
Yes, live. But it is, as you rightly said to him, he can go on YouTube and listen to the program. And I just want to applaud our MPs, to be honest with you, in a manner of speaking, because I personally have expressed this. I think that we need more MPs. There's way too many portfolios as the country has developed and grown and evolved. There's too many portfolios we see with every administration. There's some other portfolio, coming into play. And I think we need, I wish they had taken the electoral boundaries recommendation and implemented the 20th district in Bordentown there. That would have helped. Help immensely fill that gap, But hopefully we'll see what happens with the next administration. I quickly wanted to touch on the lady that called before the last caller and agree with her. Agree with you, Mr. Connor. I think it was you that made the comments about commitment. Sorry, but I also agree with her that many of our athletes are committed. I forgot to do this. I want to congratulate Jordan and his sister, primarily Jordan, of course, but also his sister, in their accomplishments. And especially in an unconventional, untraditional sport here in the Cayman Islands of swimming, we're generally geared towards football. And so congratulations to him and to them. And I agree with Dr. Steve in a manner of speaking that he should he should appreciate the Cayman Islands and not abandon us, but also to be open and receptive to international
opportunities. Yeah.
Opportunities, right?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And so I want to publicly say my name, if that's okay. This is Patricia Bryan,
Mhm.
and I want to say my name specifically because I have a son who is presently residing in the U.S. When I was school there, I took my children with me, and my son excelled in, they call it soccer in the U.S., in football and in track and field, and he was actually 5th in the state of Florida in his category in track and field, high jump I think it was, and also took the leading score. All of this is online if anyone wants to do a research. Took the leading score to lead his school team in soccer to the state finals for soccer, and also went to state finals for his high school. And we tried to get the track and field organization here in the Cayman Islands. I'm going to say Sidoni Mothershill. We reached out to her, and they had everything set up where they were going to send tickets and everything to bring my son to Cayman to train and I think it was Carifta at the time, and we rescheduled his whole school calendar. We rescheduled my
Can you abbreviate everything a little bit for me, caller, please?
Yes.
The end result.
Yes, and end result is that they reached out to us and made arrangements to have my son brought to Cayman to train and represent Cayman, and we were waiting in limbo, and it turns out that they abandoned the opportunity for my son. They never got back to us to say anything, well, we're not going to go ahead with this after all, or anything like that. And it was a very, very disappointing opportunity for my son as a Caymanian to want to come home and represent the Cayman Islands in track and field. And so I just want to leave that there with you. I agree with the lady. It's not that Caymanian athletes are wholeheartedly, not dedicated, but when the opportunity is there, certain officials, and I'm not the only parent that this has happened to, certain officials do not want to see Caymanian
Got you.
excel in sports. So
Got you. Thank you very much, caller.
Gentlemen, I'm getting a bit passionate now, so I'll get off the radio.
Thank you very much. Okay, one of our listeners said, tell our callers to watch Parliament in the UK or Congress, the Senate, which is similar to what the last caller said as well. Says this person says Westminster doesn't even have space for everyone to sit, which is true. Sometimes they have to stand and everything.
That's right.
And in relation to the caller as well, our Constitution, Section 63 of the Cayman Islands Constitution Order 2009, tenure of office of elected members, says here that the seat of an elected member of the Legislative Assembly, which is now Parliament, shall become vacant, and there are provisions there, and this particular one is the one that I'm pointing out. If he or she is absent from the sitting of the Assembly for such period and in such circumstances as may be prescribed in the standing orders of the Parliament. So I haven't had an opportunity to look to see what the standing orders say, but the Constitution basically refers to the standing orders. The rules are setting the standing orders in terms of if that person becomes disqualified for being absent for whatever given period of time. With that, folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries will be held on January 3rd. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before noon on Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on kirkfreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. During the last Lionistic year, they successfully carried out community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, site screenings, spelling bees, swim meets, and the community food pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service during the 2024-2025 Lionistic year and for many more years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman. Where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price. And a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
December is here, but there's still time for that Miami trip before Christmas. Cayman Airways has added several extra flights from Grand Cayman to Miami, perfect for a weekend getaway and to catch that increased duty-free allowance for Cayman residents. But hurry, word is getting round, so those extra seats not going last long. Book your Miami seats online at CaymanAirways.com or call them on 949-2311. All aboard Cayman Airways with extra flights to Miami before Christmas.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have about 9 minutes left to go in the show. One caller is trying to get through. Try the 949-8037 or the 949-6990 number, please. Something with the WhatsApp calls not coming through at this point in time. We're going to hopefully try to take your call. I want to give Dr. McField an opportunity for some, closing comments to our listeners, just in the event that it may not be possible to have him on Friday. But if at all possible, and if he can make it, we're going to try to have him on Friday, as well. So, Doc, until nothing come through yet, Paul? Anything coming through? Okay, we do have the caller. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time left, so we're going to ask you to please be as brief as possible. Morning.
Morning. We have accident up here by sports by the public beach, so when coming this way, it may be a whole up.
Oh, okay. Accident by spots public beach. So if you're coming from the east, what we would suggest that you do is that you take the east-west arterial, take the bypass. That means go through by Countryside or Spots Newlands if you've gotten past Countryside as well. Thank you very much for that, caller. Thank you very much. So our phone lines are working. That caller who's trying to call through, get through, needs to continue trying. Hopefully you can reach us before we finish. Doc, over to you. Anything you want to say about Christmas and
yes,
to our listeners?
I just want to say, if I'm not here on Friday, I just want to say
we're going to work on getting you here.
Merry Christmas to everyone who listens to us occasionally, and those who are the listeners, those who are the dedicated listeners. I want to say Merry Christmas to all my family, my friends and my family, and I want to say Merry Christmas to my friend, Constable Fabian O'Connor, the dancing policeman.
Okay.
I want to say Merry Christmas to him, I think he's been doing a good job as a peacekeeper and helping people in the traffic in Georgetown and
very
all
popular,
over.
very popular.
And Jen just this week he's been in the Brock. He has a farm, and he reaped a lot of produce from his farm and took it to Cayman Brock and distributed to some of the people who were not well off in the Brock. Great. Gave it to them, and to me that is the spirit of Christmas, and that's what we did when I was growing up. That was what Christmas was all about, helping each other and being thankful for what we got, and then reverencing the soil. The soil is what we lived off, the soil and the sea. But today now we're selling all our land, and then we're now going to the supermarkets and in place of the soil. And I think I want to may God continue to bless Dr. Constable Fabian O'Connor for all the good work he's doing.
949-6990. We still have about to give you if you're still trying to get through. We know that we had to do something with the WhatsApp number, but someone just got through on the regular number because they called and told us about an accident in the Spots area, as well. And speaking of accidents, Doc, I am trying to stay off the road as much as I possibly can.
Me too.
During this time, and that's one of the reasons that I'm hesitant to attend any events that are taking place, especially
in
at
the
night.
evening.
Yes, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I avoid going out in the night for any occasions. I try to beat the traffic by going home around 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I'm not coming out in the night unless it's an emergency, unless I have to do that, because there are some crazy people on the road. Coming down this morning, I couldn't believe the speed that people were coming down this morning. And even though we have been calling for safety on the radio so many times that we have been here, but people just don't care. There's not enough enforcement. There's not enough enforcement of the traffic laws, and there's not enough traffic policemen. And we keep saying that. I just wonder, why is it that you can find money to do all kinds of stuff, but you cannot find money to hire some at least 8, 10, 12 traffic policemen? They don't have to be detectives. They don't have to have no degrees. They don't have to have all of those things. They just have to learn the traffic code and to be patrolling the road to make sure that you obey the law.
And their mere presence sometimes is a deterrent in itself.
Yes.
One of our listeners wanted to know, this person says that they were wondering whether or not it is possible or would be sensible to have a referendum, multiple choice question for the voters to choose what items the next government should urgently/immediately tackle over the next 4 years. Maybe if they had functioning district committees, they would know and understand what is really urgently needed to be accomplished.
Well, I can tell you off the bat right now, I'm not voting for anyone who does not implement district councils or intend to. And I'm not going to do that. They're not going to get my vote, and they're not going to get any of my family votes, because I am going to be advising my family that if you cannot obey the Constitution, if you cannot obey Section 119 of the Constitution, if you can't obey the directives of the Constitution, then why is it that you think that they are going to obey what you ask them to do and what they promise to do? I am not going to vote for anyone who does not implement the district councils.
Well, my position is that this country needs leadership. Leadership. Yes. And the type of leadership that we need is not only the leadership, but you have to have people who are prepared to follow. We cannot have a government of independence.
Definitely not.
And if we do have a party structure, then you need to have a leader within that party who commands respect and has total control of their ministers. Let me tell you, a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, some people are criticizing our current premier. She has done an excellent job. She has shown leadership. Now, some may say, well, she wasn't able to keep the 4 that left. Yeah, but she's able to function with the ones that she still has, there as well. So if we don't get proper leadership and followers in this country, then the next 4 years are going to be no different than the past 4 years as well. Now, how we get that leadership, I don't know. But the proven point is that it can only come through a party structure.
And it goes back to what Andrew Gerard had said. Yep. Remember Andrew Gerard? He says that the Caymanian politicians are the most unscrupulous bunch of people he's ever met. He said everyone wants to become to be a leader, to become the captain.
Yep.
He was using these maritime metaphors.
Nautical terms, yes, yeah.
Nautical terms. He says if they can't get up in the wheelhouse to steer the ship, they will go down the engine and wreck the engine so the ship cannot sail. That is what we are. We don't understand, or we refuse to understand leadership. We refuse to stand to abide by the principles that first among equals.
Yeah.
We refuse that. Yeah. I don't think we even know what that means. Some of them.
Yep.
I would suggest that they go and read Jeffrey Archer's book again.
Yes.
And
first among equals.
First among equals.
Yes. Well, Doc, I'm seeing some photographs here of a vehicular accident. It looks like this may be spot straight. If it is, I want to say to those persons again who are critical about what the government is proposing in relation to the speed bumps on Spot Straight and the roundabout there, if this is what a 40-mile speed limit can do,
yes,
then we really need to reduce it, even more.
25.
Which is more important, folks? Getting to your destination safely or getting there as quickly as possible? Which one is going to allow you the luxury of getting there safely? Which method? Speed or safe or speed or all of the precautionary measures that need to be taken place as well? Folks, it is this time of the year. Please try to protect yourselves out there. If you don't have to be on the roads, don't go out there. If you are on the roads, don't drink and drive. Don't use drugs, and drive. And when we talk about drugs, we're not just talking about ganja.
Exactly.
We're talking about lawful medications that people take and mix with other things, as well. Doc, hopefully we can have you on Friday again.
Yes, I hope so.
Because we want to be a little bit more positive at the end in relation to the holiday season and everything else. And we're going to work on that. Folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension For the Record into your homes. I also want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I urge you to extend a helping hand to them. Don't forget, join Sterling Dwayne E-Bikes at 12:15 for talk today, and as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama.